Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam and this is HM04 Gaming, welcoming you back to Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake. In the last episode we met Estelle and Joshua. Joshua came into the Estelle household under ambiguous circumstances by happenstance. And we're here now because we're about to head into the Bracers Guild to take on our final challenge and become full-fledged bracers, trying to get that out. If you're excited for that, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. And we pretty much explored the town in the first episode, so if you missed that, definitely go take a look at that. But beforehand, let's head into the Bracers Guild and get our final test going.
Oh, good morning, Estelle. Joshua.
Yellow.
Morning, Ina!
Good morning.
Is Shara already here?
Yes, she's waiting for you two on the second floor. Once your training today is complete, you'll officially join the ranks of the Bracers. Good luck, you two.
Yeah, thanks!
We'll do our best.
Right, we'll be the very best there ever was. Alright, let's head upstairs. We can't really interact with anything at this point, so let's go up and see Shara and get our test started. Oh, she's got her Triot cards. What will our... Oh, jeez. I was going to say, what will our fate entail?
The Hermit and the Magician. And a reverse
Camera
Wheel of
angles, man.
Fortune. Rather difficult. How should I interpret this?
Shara! Morning!
Oh, Estelle and Joshua. It's rare to see you two so early in the morning.
It's the last day of training. I want to get it over with and become a bracer already.
As energetic as ever. But I'm afraid energy alone won't be enough to get you through today. You best be ready.
Oh, come on.
Not another word. Everything I teach you goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, Estelle, you gotta pay attention.
It's my job to be sure my lessons don't slip through that sieve-like brain of yours.
Sieve-like brain.
Joshua! Shara's being a bully.
It's
She's
all
being a
right,
bully.
Shara. Estelle may be bad at studying, and she almost never reviews what you teach us. And yes, she's a soft-hearted busybody who loves taking care of others.
Joshua's just
But her
flaming
instincts
us.
are good, so she'll learn how to use orbments on the fly without any issues.
Yep, just flaming Estelle.
Well, I guess I'll just have to pin my hopes on that.
Hey, Joshua. That didn't sound very supportive.
What a terrible
Details.
thing to say. I listed out all your good points.
Oh, please. By the way, Shara, what did you see in your tarot cards? You certainly didn't seem very happy about it.
Oh, this. I vaguely tried to predict what might happen around me in the near future. I must be a bit rusty, though. I couldn't make out a thing.
Nothing at all?
Oh, does that happen often?
When the meaning is this profound, it becomes harder to interpret. But never mind all that. Time for your last day of training.
I'm sure nothing crazy will happen. Let's have a quick review of what we learned up to now. If you're going to work as bracers, it's essential you know at least the basics. And that goes especially for you, Estelle, so you better be listening up. Yeah. So what do you want to review? Guess we'll just review everything. Orbments? Orbments are mechanical devices that work by utilizing what we call orbal energy. They can produce a variety of different elements depending on what quartz or possessed septum you choose to install into them. Processed, I put possessed. In the short 50 years since its invention, orbments have become an integral part of society. You'll find them in weapons, magic, airships, and countless other everyday items. This wave of technological innovation is commonly referred to as the Orbal Revolution. What else do you need to know? Bracers. Bracers are combat and investigative professionals who work to keep the peace and protect civilians in their respective regions. They aid their communities not just by culling monsters and preventing crime, but also by finding lost items or escorting cargo, among other duties. The Bracers Guild has branches stationed all over Zemarian continent to manage all the different bracers in each region, if you can talk. Bracers Guild? The Bracer Guild is a worldwide association established 50 years ago. Convenient. In addition to those locations in Liberl, there are bracers across the continent, all contributing to local peace. In fact, their neutrality has helped them mediate conflicts between nations, such as the war from a decade ago. Having said that, the guild is perpetually short on personnel, precisely because there is such a high demand for their aid. And there's a certain region up, I think, up north from here that is slowly but surely getting rid of all the bracers, but you have a few more games before you have to worry about that. The Liberl Kingdom? Yeah, I was right, up to the north up there. The Kingdom of Liberl, which we call home, is a nation rich in nature and tradition. It sits on the western side of the Zemarian continent. Liberl is famed for its rich stores of septum and is proud to be a technological leader in ornamental developments. Ornamental technology is also an important asset in helping Liberl to defend its independence amidst disputes with neighboring nations. Whenever we're invaded 10 years ago by the Erebonian Empire, it was Orbital-engineered airships that ultimately saved the kingdom from ruin. Although relations with the Empire remain strained, Queen Alicent's political maneuvers have allowed Liberl to remain more or less peaceful. I think that's enough. Now then, I suppose that's enough review for now. We really can't afford to get behind schedule, I hear. Stay sharp, you two. It's time for the practical part of your exam. Hey, Shara? How's this practical part different from what we've done before? It's different in that it puts what you've learned in theory to the tests. AKA, I'm going to put you two through what real bracers have to deal with on an everyday basis. Oh, okay. And on that note, it's time for you to get out there and put in some physical work. I hope you're willing to work up a sweat because I'm not going to have it any other way. Oh, heck yeah, finally! Finally, I'm going to be free from endless writing and theory and thinking of boring stuff. I guess I was all worried for nothing. Nice to see you suddenly such in high spirits. I can only hope she'd still be smiling by the end of the day. Anyway, how about we get on with the first practical test? You got it. First off, you'll have to confirm the details of the job you'll be taking on. But before that, there's a little something we need to give you. Aina, are you ready? Yes. Great. Now go on, you two. Take one for each of you. Okay, hello. Whenever you do not lose these. They're going to come in very handy. Received Bracer Notebook. Those are your official Bracer notebooks. They're where you'll record every detail of your work. What you've heard, what you found, where you found it, and so on. What may seem like mere minor details in the moment more often than not become critical clues. You should always make a record of everything you notice, and I mean everything, okay? Great, more pen pushing. I missed what Josh said. Oh, that's odd. Either my hearing is out of whack, or I swear that only one of you replied back. Whatever gave you that idea. Listen to me, Estelle. It is the duty of all bracers to keep an accurate record of their work. So quit whining and do as the bracers do. Fine, fine. Good to see you're on the same page. Now let's get started. See that bulletin board over there by the door? That's where all your jobs will be posted. Go there and check your job for today. And let's head over to the board.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. There are various requests upon the bulletin board. You're able to check the client and reward for each request. Check the details of the request by pressing A. Treasure hunting, treasure retrieval, priority 3 stars, client Charizard, reward 500 Mira, BP earned 1, no deadline. Search the sewers and retrieve the items stored inside the treasure chest. For details, speak with Charizard. Can I accept? No, I have to speak with her, I guess, first before I accept. Job details, check on the bulletin board, and important work-related events will automatically record it in your Bracer notebook. Bracer notebook. Press R+A to open the Bracer notebook. It automatically records details of requests found on the bulletin board and significant story events. Which, yeah, it kind of was kind of tough when I was playing on the PSP. It's similar. There we go. You are able to view general statistics of the game, such as number of completed quests and battle victories in the record pages of the Bracer notebook. To view individual requests, press L and R to go to different tabs. L and R. There we go. Everything's so fancy looking. Alright, good. Looks like you've gotten the hang of using the bulletin board and handbook. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most important duties a Bracer performs. Regularly checking the board to see if there are any urgent jobs is also just as important in a Bracer's duty. Man, I'm barely keeping my head above water with all these rules and duties. It may be certain feel that way, but that's only because these jobs require an equal level of responsibility. I don't think any Bracer's worth their salt goes into a job half-hearted. You know what? You're right, Joshua. I've got to get into this full-heartedly. Look at you finally starting to fix that mindset of yours. Yep, I'm feeling all pumped now. Well then, let's get moving before all the motivation flattens out. What are you going to do next? Next, we'll be going to the Melder's workshop across the road to learn how to make the most out of his factory services. He kindly taken time out of his busy day to accommodate us, so make sure you remember your manners, okay? Sure thing. You'll now learn how to use an Orbal Factory to your advantage. Here you can modify your orbments and synthesize quartz, which will allow you to use Orbal Arts. Arts can be of a wide variety of effects, and mastering their uses will save your skins in more ways than one. Danger comes with the territory in the Bracer's business, so the Guild and the Orbal Factories have gotten to know each other pretty well. Right, that's about all I can explain. I'll let the experts here handle the technical side of things. Do you mind taking it from here, Mr. Melders? Not at all. Young whippersnapper, so what do you kids want to know? How about orbments? The OG orbments. Orbments are machines which utilize quartz attachments to produce all kinds of different effects. As you've guessed from the definition, the lights in our homes and streets along with the engines in our airliners are also orbments. For today, we'll be focusing on battle orbments, which heighten physical abilities and make possible the use of magic. Each battle orbment is tailored to match the owner's personal aptitude, so their structures will differ from person to person. To be specific, the type of fixed elemental slots and the lines connected to them vary, but we won't be shifting through the weeds of all that today. So what else you want to know, kiddos? Arts. In layman's terms, an Orbal Art is a form of magic that can only be invoked through battle orbments. The Orbal energy stored within these devices can produce a whole smorgasbord of curious phenomena. Also, you have likely noticed that everyone could just call them arts. Why no one thought to call it that from the get-go is anyone's guess. Though there are all kinds of arts, but before you can use them, you'll first need to synthesize them with quartz at an Orbal Factory. Once you've set some quartz into the Orbal slots, you'll gain the ability to use their arts. What else do you kids want to know? How about sept? Fancy jewels. Septs are fragments of septum that are dropped by monsters. There are several types of sept: mirage, which are silver; time, which are black; space, which are gold; fire, which are red; water, which are blue; earth, which are brown; and wind, that are green. At a normal factory, you can use septum to not only synthesize quartz, but also open up Orbal slots in which to install quartz in. Oh, and you can also exchange sept for mirror if you feel so inclined. You might also find something called Sept of Mass. It's just a blend of various sept types and can only be traded in for mirror. Sept of Mass is usually the first thing you can exchange when trading for mirror. almost like a nugget of sorts. We'll handle any exchanges after your training is complete. So, what do you kids want to know? I'm running out of time and patience with you whippersnappers. Quartz are crystallized parts made by refining scepter drops by monsters. Look closely enough and you'll see circuits engraved inside. It's why you see them called crystal circuits on occasion. They raises the user's abilities by also enabling them to use different arts, among other things. Quartz can only be activated by setting them into orbital slots, but the slots may be limited to the quartz of certain elements. When synthesizing new quartz, decide carefully where you want to set them. Thank you, God. We are done with these kids. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. No more questions. Then go ahead and try the service here for yourselves. And to do that, you'll need some sepith. Here you go. 50 of each. That should be enough to let you two synthesize a few quartz. In your case, Estelle, you could equip quartz of any element, because you're our protagonist. But for you, Joshua, your central slots can only accept time element quartz because you're an edgelord. Now synthesize a Mind 1 water quartz and an Action 1 time quartz. Sounds good. Yeah, Estelle can pretty much be an all-rounder, but I feel like with all protagonists in the Trails games, Estelle's probably just a dodge tank and Joshua's a swift delayer and all that fun stuff. I just missed what he said. If you want ever customize your Ormish, just let me know anytime. Oh, that's Freddy. Hello, Freddy.
Time for some shopping.
You said that the freely synthesized quartz require 1 mind and 1 action. Okay. 1 mind
my mind.
and 1
I
action.
got it.
I don't think we can do anything else. I don't think I can equip it yet. I see you've got some quartz synthesized. Now let's use those and try and increase the number of arts you can use. Estelle and Joshua, set the quartz into ornament so you can use recovery and attack arts. Alrighty. I feel like, yeah, so we're just using, yes. Everything's just, yes. Tactical cores and engraved lines and element values of quartz placed on each line are combined. When these element values reach certain thresholds, specific arts become available. The central slot is connected to all lines, so try and place in quartz with high elemental values there. If you're unsure, use the auto-equip feature. Yep, we just want to, yep, pretty much just install that. That gives us some healing arts with a low level, also attack Aqua Breathe. And for Joshua, uses the Time Quartz, Soul Blur, which I'm pretty sure is the delay. Oh, it just increases speed. Which, yeah, he's a swifty boy. So if you want him to increase his speed, that's what you can do to basically have more turns in a fight. Okay, that's both healing and attack arts installed. I mean, Estelle's the only one that has healing and attack. Joshua is just speed. Having a well-rounded balance of arts between yourselves is key to want to get through battles in one piece. You should also keep in mind that usually the stronger the quartz, the higher its elemental value is. That's why it's a good idea to try a new quartz in the moment you get your hands on them. Okay, there's just one last thing we need to go over before we finish your Orbital Factory training, and that's how to open up new slots. The more slots you have open, the more options you'll have at your disposal. Unlocking slots will also increase your EP energy points, which you'll need to use arts and boost your art strength ATS. It would serve you well to open up all your slots as early as you can. Now use the sepith, and you two can decide amongst yourselves what you want to do. Well, I probably want to just open up a slot for each of them, which, if it's anything like any of the other games, I would always just recommend prioritizing slots before you start investing in, yeah, see, I can only unlock 1 for right now, but that's fine. And then I can maybe synthesize something for Estelle, which, yeah, I kind of want some defense. And since we opened that slot for Estelle, let's go over, oh. What? Slot already unlocked. Oh, no. I want to go to my orbit. Oh, I have to do it out of that.
Are there any bargains?
No, I don't want to do that. There we go. I was like, why is it not letting me do this? And then quartz, and we go down here, and we got stone hammer. And just like that, that gives us +5 10% defense bonus also gives us access to the move Stonehammer, which is a ground elemental affinity move, which causes damage, which is fun. So now Estelle has healing and attack arts of water and ground, which also gives her some defense, and Joshua just has his time elements, which basically just boosts his speed by 10%, which isn't too overwhelming, overwhelming, but I would recommend prioritizing slots before anything else, just because having more slots open, as the game tells you, is highly beneficial, because you do find quartz out in the field, and then you can just slot those in without the need to come back here and buying more Sepith and buying more quartz, which we'll definitely be doing, just so we have a wide range of debuffs and buffs and attacks and all that fun stuff for our crew. I see that you have a new slot, Estelle. Your center slot has no elemental restrictions, which makes it quite versatile. Right, that's your Orbital Factory training all wrapped up. And with that, it's finally time for the main event, your qualification exam. Wait, what qualification exam? I don't remember hearing anything about this. I was going to say, you can't be serious, but then I remembered your brain is a sieve. We literally just talked about it this morning, over breakfast, remember? Oh, right. I'm kind of remembering it now that you bring it up, but those yummy fried eggs are clouding up my memory. Estelle, stop thinking with your stomach and start thinking with your brain. But enough distractions, let's head to the testing site. Huh? You mean right now? Hold on, I still need some prep time. Well, you had time to prep while I dragged your sorry behind to the testing site. Joshua, save me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you very much for all your help. No problem, and good luck on that exam. We'll be rooting for you. You hear me, Joshua? You rule the day you so cruelly ignored this fair maiden in her hour of need.
We're approaching the end of your training.
Is that
it's time for you two to take the qualification exam. You'll be expected to fully utilize everything you've learned in training.
Right. Estelle, what's wrong?
Hey, Shara?
What is it?
The exam. It's not a written test?
Oh, Estelle.
Huh?
Eh?
Estelle, didn't you read the bulletin board?
Yeah, I did.
I made you take notes and you still don't remember? It said you'd be searching the sewers. That's the exam.
Yeah, come on, Estelle. Let's go. That's a lot of dots.
Thank goodness! Helios, goddess of the sky! I thank you for your mercy, blessing us with these wondrous sewers!
Wait, did you think we had a written final exam?
I
Is
mean,
that
I
why
wouldn't
you
put
were
it past
freaking out
her.
at the workshop?
Such sweet nostalgia. 'Tis but a pleasant memory now.
At this rate, I wonder if we really will be able to pass.
What? Rude!
All right, you two, that's enough chit-chat. This is an exam, so take it seriously. If you fail, you're gonna be in for some truly grueling training.
We'll be fine. Now bring on the exam.
You sound confident. I hope you'll bring the results to back that up. As the bulletin board said, the exam is a sewer exploration. The objective is to retrieve the contents of a certain treasure chest located somewhere inside. The tunnels are pretty straightforward, so you shouldn't get lost, but the monsters down there are no joke, so don't let your guard down. That's also why I'm giving you these.
Tear bombs and antidotes and a combat notebook.
What's this? A book?
That's a combat handbook. It's for recording information about the enemies you come across. If you discover any enemy's traits, remember to record them right away.
I see. Information is what decides battles, as they say. That's what you mean, right?
Exactly. You know your stuff.
Whoa, this is good stuff. Thanks, Shara.
We'll be sure to put it to good use.
All right, Joshua, let's do this.
Right. We should move carefully and treat this like it's a real request.
So we're gonna hunt for treasure here?
Rolling
exciting.
sewers.
There are monsters here. Don't let your guard down.
And that brings us into our first battle of the game. And this is just a healing fount. Hey, it's an orbital charging station. We should rest up near one if we ever need to take a breather. Got it. Yep. And each one of these has one at each end of the dungeon.
That was a good break.
It's also a rule of thumb to remember, if you see a healing device before entering a different part of the dungeon, that is more often than not a boss room. So just keep that in mind. Oh, look at the little cute little critters. Look like we got... What? Looks like we've already got company. As long as we hit fast, this shouldn't be a problem. Let's do this, Estelle. Yeah, they won't know what hit them. By pressing A repeatedly for consecutive attacks.
Here we go.
And as you can see, the combat of the game, which, boy, those things died really fast. Huh, how do you like them apples? Good job, Estelle. Now let's record that monster's info into our combat notebook. Oh, right. Scribble, scribble. Okay, that should do it. Combat notebook. Press R plus X to open the combat notebook. Enemy details are automatically recorded when they are defeated or
All your
stunned.
staff training was for this day, Estelle. Let's keep it
So
up.
was your
And that
twin
gives
blade
us some
training.
XP and
Now
some
let's go
Sepith,
ace that
looking
exam.
just like Daybreak. If you want a breakdown of it, you just press up and you see the whole battle results. We didn't really get damaged. Quick finish gives us multipliers and bunch of support, which I'm guessing the support level is just like the combat links of future games, where the higher that level, the more beneficial buffs that would, or shielding from attacks, are gained through combat.
Always getting
Which,
carried away.
it's not too surprising that would be in this game. Also, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Combat notebook. There we go. So that was a petite rat, a small poisonous monster. Despite its tiny size, it bravely conforms larger and prey with its overflowing poison and determination. Look at the little guy. Let's see. He is susceptible to sleep and confuse, if I'm reading this correctly. Doesn't really give you much septive, gives you some monster horn and monster bone, some items used for various things, usually ingredients. And it gives you its overall stats, which is kind of funny because the original game has you use like a scope or a specific art in order to scan the enemy to order to reveal its stats. I guess this game, and I think Daybreak, just if you fight an enemy, it just automatically just gives you the information, which, good or bad, probably helps, because the older games you have to use an item or an art to actually do this, and there are trophies assigned to that for getting all the information for every enemy in the game, which, as you can imagine, could be very tedious because there are enemies in the game or bosses that you fight that are unwinnable and you have to scan them, and there might be 2-stage fights that you have to scan the enemy every stage of the fight, which is very annoying. But I digress. I think before we head on and complete the combat part of our training, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything that you're doing with your experience, comment them down below. But until next time, I have been Adam, this has been HMO4 Gaming, and this has been Trails in the Sky, First Chapter Remake. Playing it currently on the Switch version, but playing that on the Switch 2, waiting for that ultimate release. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day.